Welcome to the Conference Connection, your go-to place to get the scoop on what conferences are coming up that you need to know about. Here are your hosts, Paul Faust, president of Ring Boost, and Seth Price, founder of BluShark Digital and managing partner of Price Benowitz.
How you doing, folks? Paul Faust here, ringboost.com, amongst many others, as you know, along with my co-host every episode, Seth Price from BluShark and Price Benowitz. And this time we have one of the legends of the industry, the one and only Sharon from MTMP. Seth, before Sharon takes it away, I'd let you do an intro because obviously you know Sharon as well as I do, and let's hear your little intro.
Well, I've been working with Sharon for over a decade. She does a wonderful job with MTMP twice a year in Vegas. And, we were just talking before we jumped on camera, that interesting time in the mass tort world. So a lot of people trying to figure out where things stand, what's going to be settling, what's not, what's new. So Sharon, take it away. What do we have to expect for this MTMP?
Well, I'm really excited to talk to you guys today because, like I was just saying, this is a different year. Even from April, I'm seeing a lot of changes. So there's a lot of, for MTMP, we've got a lot of new vendors. So companies that maybe came to MTMP in April and kicked the tires and attended, they're now getting booths and bringing their teams. And so we've got, in the exhibit hall, you're going to see a lot of new faces. A lot of the usual suspects, but a lot of new faces. I want to say at this point, at least a third, if not more, of our vendors have never had a booth at MTMP. So wow. I'm excited about new, and it's a lot of AI. Okay, there's a lot of AI out there. Everybody knows it. Mike's going to do his opening session with Mark Lanier talking about AI. And we've got a lot of AI companies, but we just have a lot of everything. There's just a lot of companies have beefed up their presence at conferences. And so I think, attendees are going to see a lot of new faces, which I'm excited about.
That's great. Look, I've been at, 20, if not maybe 40 MTMPs. And the one thing about this conference is it's got a mix of everything. It doesn't only have unbelievable tracks for lawyers, paras, and everyone else. It's got marketing tracks. It's got business tracks. It also has unbelievable social setting, parties, places to connect that are not sitting in a room in a suit, listening to the leaders of the industry speak. There's cocktail parties, there's bands, there's great speakers. It's really a great it's not a conference, it's an event. It's really a time where everyone come together and there's plenty of time to sit out privately and discuss your one-on-one issues with these vendors or other lawyers, or seek out the experts that you see from the stage. I think that's what makes MTMP very different. Not only that it's one of the few, if not, mass tort focused conferences, but it's really an event.
Yeah, go ahead, Seth.
No, I was going to say that just the fact that you do have access to people that you wouldn't have otherwise, to me, is what makes it special. You guys have done such a nice job of curating it, where you have breakout space within the exhibit hall, outside, you're in Vegas at the hotel. So there's, all sorts of people at the cabanas. The whole sort of feel of it gives you, when you want to crowdsource where you want to spend your time and money, I think that you've done an exceptional job of giving people who, if you're going to get on the plane to one conference to figure out how to make mass torts part of your firm, this is certainly the one to be at.
Well, something that I would point out is that just a little inside baseball on how this conference gets put together and why I do some of the things that I do. Like, for example, if you guys remember, we had Saquon Barkley at the opening night party in April, and we didn't get him until, I don't know, a couple of weeks before the conference. So we didn't really get much of a chance to market it or anything. And I did that specifically because I knew that it would make that opening night party even better. And it would give people even more excuses that they didn't need to go. And maybe there would be people who would go to the open night party that were otherwise going to skip it and go out to dinner. Everything has a purpose at MTMP. So putting Saquon Barkley up there wasn't because I live in Philadelphia and I was psyched. It was because I did that specifically because I wanted everybody to go to that party, and everybody goes to that party, then you guys do business. That's why I did it. And so if you look around the conference, a lot of our choices and a lot of the way we do it is all because we're trying to make it a place where everybody can have a good time, meet new people, get business done, and have an environment that's conducive to that. So anything I do or my team does, it's usually with the purpose of we're just trying to make it a place where you all can meet up.
And as someone who's been a leader in the vendor space for a while, you're one of the few conferences that at every one, whether the conference was perfect or not, you have a meeting with the vendors and say, what did you think? What did we do wrong? How do we do better? No one's going to get it right every time, and no one's going to get it right by every vendor, but you at least ask the question and you say, what did we do wrong? Tell us bluntly. We're going to work on it. How do we make it better? So I think as a vendor, coming to the space, you have the opportunity to speak to a lot of the attendees. There are multiple forums to do that. Now, if you choose after the event to run out to a private dinner, that's fine. That's on you. But the lawyers are in the bar. They're in the casino. They're at the lunches. They're at the dinners. They're around to interact with. If that's your choice. If you say to yourself, hey, I'm in Vegas, I want to go to a hockey game. I'm going to go to the Sphere. I get it.
Yeah.
But that's on you.
But
MTMP,
at the same time, half the time, there's a hockey game with 40 lawyers at it last time. So, on one of the nights off. So I think that is the great thing is that when you get, it's a combination of meeting new friends, but if you go there over time, you end up building up a group of people that you look forward to seeing.
Yeah.
Anything different this year? Like, are there some topics that maybe we haven't seen at MTMP that are coming out because of new torts or anything?
Yeah, we actually just added in the last 2 weeks, we added 2 sessions, one on the Roblox case, and one on sports betting. And so those have got some really good firms behind them. It's not like you're looking on Google and it's just aggregators or, people are just, it's Anna Paul Weiss. It's, it's good firms, that are Whites and Luxembourg. It's people that you would want to hear talk about why they're getting involved in these cases. So we've got on the sex assault and human trafficking, social media addiction, Uber, Lyft, video game addiction, sports betting. There's a whole branch of Mass Torts Made Perfect now that is covering all of those kinds of sessions. And I was talking to a vendor today who just signed up, and he said, my audience that, I'm primarily trying to reach single event lawyers. And I said, well, at Mass Torts Made Perfect, everybody has got to be doing single event. Even the mass tort firms do single event, but not everybody that's at Mass Torts Made Perfect does mass torts. They're there checking it out. They're there to see if this is something they want to get involved in. But it's the audience is, it's constantly evolving. Right now, we've got a couple of hundred first-time attendees, lawyer first-time attendees, paralegal first-time attendees, that have never been to a Mass Torts Made Perfect ever. And so that number is consistent. So if you come and come to MTMP all the time, you're going to see a lot of the usual suspects, but we've always got a lot of new people. And I think that's kind of one of the real strengths of it is we're always bringing new people into it.
All right. That was one of the things that was important. You said, you have a new paralegals, new this. Who should be coming? Too often at these conferences around the country, we see, Seth Price comes from Price Benowitz or somebody comes from their firm, but there's a lot more here. Is this a conference where you should bring your chief marketing officer, your head paralegal, your intake team leader? Who is this meant for? Because I think too many times at conferences, we've discussed this on the show before, people bring the firm owner. Mm-hmm. They're trying to drink through a fire hose. It's hard to get buy-in because the staff and the team didn't get excited too. So who should be here? Who is there room for at this event from someone's firm?
Well, that's a really good question. So, the way the agenda is broken out now with the 5 tracks, you've got something for basically everybody at your firm. So you've got the main stage, which is which mass tort projects is your firm involved in and which one should you be involved in and how do you get involved? So that's the main stage. Then you've got all of the business sessions. That's for your intake department, for your CFOs, for your firm administrators. And we're talking about all kinds of stuff at Business of Law. It's not just, I mean, it's across the board. It's financing for cases, vetting cases, building out a mass tort department. How do you use AI to build your practice, and what all of the new facets of AI are that law firms should be looking at. Then you've got a paralegal track, 3 days of paralegal sessions. And every paying attorney, every attorney who registers for MTMP can bring one paralegal per registration for free.
Wow.
That's $1,000, $1,100 that is free to them if they want to bring their paralegal. And then so it's really, it's across the board. It's for everybody at your firm, because we're going to cover something for each facet in all of those tracks. You've got the trial skills track for the people at your firm who actually go to trial. If you've got single event guys or mass tort people who end up getting involved in actual trials, we've got a trial skills track. So it's not just going and hearing about what's going on with Ozempic, which is, I think, the way Mass Torts Made Perfect used to be. 10 years ago, you went for the updates on the cases and that was it. Now it's everything that has to do with having a law firm in this environment, this economy, this with the challenges, with the there's something for everybody.
Awesome. And for those, it's unbelievable I say it, who don't know, can you tell people where to go to register, the hotel, the dates, if the room block's still available?
Oh, that's a good question too, Seth, because, okay, guys, Vegas is on sale. Okay, I don't know if you've noticed, but Vegas is on sale. They have had a downturn in their tourism numbers. So you can go on mtmp.com and register. And there's a passkey link on our website. So you can register for the conference and you can also get your hotel room at the Bellagio. You get Marriott points now. If you're a Marriott Bonvoy member, when you book through the passkey, you'll get your Marriott points because MGM, which owns Marriott, also owns the Bellagio. And then go look at the Vegas websites because everything is on sale. If you want to go take somebody to a show, chances are it's on sale. So now is the best time to go to Vegas. And our room rate is low. And there's going to be free stuff getting thrown at you all over the place in Vegas. So I think of all the years, this is the one to go and take advantage of that. So,
and what are the dates again?
It's October 21st to the 23rd. And we've got Alex Honnold, who was in the documentary Free Solo. He's a free climber. Oh, wow. He's going to do a luncheon talk, and he's amazing. He's going to talk about resilience and how you move forward. And then we've got Dirk Stanley is the country singer. He's going to perform that evening, and Mike's going to interview him, and then he's going to perform. He's bringing, I think, a trio of singers and performers with him, so it's not just him and a guitar. It's going to be really cool.
So look, for a lot of the East Coasters, I think we're going to be flying into Mardi Gras in San Diego, showering up, jumping on our planes, and going right to MTMP.
It's very easy. San Diego to Vegas is easy.
This is nothing. We could even get a group together, maybe drive over together. Let's have some fun. Sharon, I want to put it out to you. I think it's important because the Conference Connection, the show Seth and I started, is all to let the industry know, both vendors and lawyers, what's coming up, why you should be there, who should be there. This is for the community. I'm going to put it out there. You said that 30% are new vendors. I am happy if you want to do a Zoom call with new vendors. I could tell you myself, I'm sure Seth, when I could bring on a couple kind of people who've done 400 conferences to give them a little Zoom call if they want, how to get the most out of these, how to be a vendor in the industry. I'm happy to do it. We could do a Zoom call. We could do anything you want if you want to do it on the ground in Vegas before. But we'll put that out there because the way I look at this is, and I hate to say it, I'm kind of getting up there. There's a lot of gray, and I think we have to give back to this industry that gave us so much. I'm not going anywhere yet, but I'd love to help out if we could with these new vendors because I think there's a lot to get out of this if you understand how to work this and how to do it right.
Yeah, because the vendor to vendor relationships are really important, and the new vendors are there to if you've not met them before, MTMP is a great place to get a lot accomplished. I mean, you can do your networking, go to the sessions, meet the vendors. You can get so much done if you just try. And Vegas it's easy.
I've always said there's 4 parts to every conference. I used to say 3 parts. There's 4 parts to every conference when you're looking at whether you should attend something. One is the conference itself and the speakers, who they are bringing to the stage, the experts are bringing in that you have first-hand access to. You could talk to them and get off the stage. Number 2, the vendors. Because I don't like to call them vendors, industry partners. These are people that might have the one piece of software technology idea. They know often how to run this that'll help you. So that's number 2. Number 3, the other attendees. I've seen millions of dollars of deals being done because people sat next to each other and met each other and they decided to work on case together. And the other one is you. What are you bringing to the conference? Are you coming to sit by yourself? Are you coming to go to dinner with your friend from Vegas? Or are you coming to open yourself up to the industry? So when you look at this, look at all 4 pieces. If any one of those is a success, the conference is a huge success. If you get 2, 3, or 4 of those success, it's a grand slam in the World Series. So that's my position on how to do these conferences is there's so many little pieces. You could literally look at an agenda and say, I don't want to sit through one of those. Okay. I mean, I disagree with that. There's so many other pieces to get at these things, and you don't build relationships online and on the phone like you do when you sit with people and talk about issues.
And
Seth?
conference that everybody goes to. It really is. I mean, I say that, I run it, but it really is the epicenter. So I believe that.
No, I agree with everything you're saying. It is both from a substance and a form point of view, and the way you've curated the interaction with the opening party through the different sort of social options throughout, interspersed with the substance, I think is just great.
Thanks.
So, folks, I will leave it at this. If the Sharon List has any final thoughts that you want to say, we're going to see you guys in Vegas. Get there, register. We look forward to seeing you. If you're definitely going, my birthday is October 28th. You could bring a small gift. Seth and I and Sharon look forward to seeing everybody. This is the one, and it looks like there's a lot going on in the mass tort world right now, and it's very different than what we've seen before. Yeah. So let's come out and see what's going on.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Good to see you.
Bye.
Thanks.
Thank you for tuning in to the Conference Connection. Make sure to hit subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you for our